Hey, how's it going? Bolt carrier group finishes, like most other topics, are hotly debated in the gun world. Some boomers refuse to trust anything but a Carpenter 158 bolt with a phosphate finish and a chromed line carrier interior because surely what was used in the 60s is still the best course of action in the present day. And some zoomers refuse to use anything but the newest gimmicky coating that looks like unicorn vomit and will turn black after you put 50 rounds through it. To be fair though, I doubt anybody using a PVD bolt carrier is actually shooting that much. There are merits to both respecting what worked in the past and using newer coatings. I'm here to talk about a bolt carrier I got from Breek Arms a while ago that uses a finish known as Nitride. First things first, Nitride isn't actually a finish per se, despite it often being referred to as one. Nitride, also known as nitrocarburized / melanite / black nitride, is a surface treatment, not a finish. The workpiece is dipped into a hot bath where the outer layer is infused with nitrogen, creating an iron nitride exterior. Nitride is hard, lubricious, and highly resistant to corrosion. That all sounds great, right? It is, and I like nitride very much, but it isn't without its flaws and manufacturing struggles. For one, nitride BCGs tend to be more expensive than phosphate BCGs, but not by a huge amount. Usually 10 to 20% more expensive, at least in my experience. But the price of nitride BCGs have been coming down, I've noticed. There's also the issue that you can't use a bolt carrier blank made to be phosphated and chrome lined, then nitride it, and expect it to still be in spec. Bolt carriers are machined to different dimensions depending on the finish that will be applied to them. Since nitride doesn't add material like phosphating does, you'll have a bolt carrier group with loose tolerances, and that can cause a whole host of issues. But for those downsides, one of which really only applies to the manufacturer, you can get a bolt carrier group that requires less lubrication and is far easier to clean than phosphate. Now on to the specific example I'm looking at in this video, the Nitride BCG from Breek Arms. That's what it's labeled as at least. The OEM is confirmed by Breek Arms is DRG Manufacturing, now known as Outerwild. I picked up this bolt carrier group early 2021 for about $120, though the last time I checked, they were going for closer to $90. That is, until I checked again and actually don't see them on Breek Arms' store anymore. Maybe they are just restructuring their website, or maybe they no longer offer it. So, great timing for a review, right? Anyways, onto the BCG itself. I have just under 2,000 rounds on this example, 1,947 to be exact, and it's been great. I swapped out the OEM cam pin to the SOTAR cam pin because I noticed that the original started showing a good bit of wear. The cam pin is a wear item on bolt carrier groups, so I swapped it out just to prevent any bolt stretching issues preemptively. The firing pin is also swapped to a chrome one because I like chrome, not because of any issues with a supplied nitride one. Both the OG cam pin and firing pin had 1,500 rounds on them before I swapped them out, and both seemed to be of acceptable quality, but the wear on the cam pin was a little more than I expected for that round count. I had this BCG in my 16-inch upper with mid-length gas tuned with an adjustable gas block, so the excessive wear seems to be due to the construction of the cam pin itself, not overgassing. You can see that the nitride has worn off the carrier rails that interface with the upper receiver, and that isn't unusual at least to my knowledge. Nitride is a surface treatment after all. If memory serves, the bolt itself was made from 9310 steel, not Carpenter 158, which is another huge debate that I refuse to get into in this video. Just know that the bolt didn't snap. The staking on the gas key fasteners looks pretty good, with a decent amount of material moved. The extractor seems fine. It's nitrided, and I've gone over before why phosphate or other grippy finishes are ideal for extractors, but this one's worked fine. The extractor spring had both the rubber insert and donut, which can sometimes cause excess extractor tension, but again, it's worked fine. The ejector spring seems fine and had a good amount of strength. On to cleaning. Cleaning this bolt carrier is almost as easy as a chrome carrier. I don't have any footage of cleaning it like I did the Microbest chrome carrier, but just know it's a breeze. The only thing I can think of that would make it easier to clean is if it was white so you could see where the carbon is, like chrome. I've had no issues with this bolt group aside from the slightly more than usual cam pin wear, but I did get a chance to test Breek Arms' warranty with their Mod 1 Warhammer charging handles, and let me just say, it was a great experience. I sent them pictures of the charging handles and the issues I was having, and 2 new ones were shipped out and arrived within a week. Haven't gotten a chance to test the new ones thoroughly yet, but the customer service side seriously impressed me. And I will have a video eventually on my experience with the AR charging handles, so look out for that one. In conclusion, this bolt carrier group is a solid choice, especially for a budget build. My heart belongs to full chrome plated BCGs, but nitride really isn't bad. I also kinda have a second sample of this. One of my cousins built a rifle and used this exact BCG, and when I inspected it after a while, it looked fine, so it seems sample of 2 basically pretty good. But honestly, the difference between a nitride and phosphate BCG is nil if you suck ass with your rifle. Dry fire, live fire, and take your meds. Take care.